Alright guys, it is time for game number 4 of this RSL 3 Grand Finals between Oz and VortiX. As always, I'm joined by Gosu User, who predicted Oz to take the series 4-0, but then after Oz lost the first game, he said 4-1. We're gonna have to see if the prediction comes true here. I have to say Oz, he's been playing very aggressively, and I'm a bit surprised by this because usually he's a very versatile player. Like I said, he's pretty creative. He's mixing it up a lot every time in his series, but he does not usually play this aggressive, like to make so many rushes like he did in the last 2 games at least.
Yeah, I think the last all-in is just because of the map. The Dark Templar build game 1 wasn't that much of an all-in, and the other game was more of just because of the Nidus, I think is why he did the gateway pressure. And Todd, I don't think you made a prediction yet, did you?
No. I would have said maybe VortiX winning 4-3. I guess you don't agree at all.
No.
Since you say Oz all the way, but yeah, we're gonna have to see exactly how this turns out here. VortiX, did he just go for... yeah, he went for pool 15 here. So a bit of a later pull than usual. I feel like 14 is really the standard in this matchup, and every time somebody dies vert from this, it's a huge change.
No, 15 is standard.
Really?
But yeah, Demaga and a lot of other people think you should go 14 every time. But 15 is what people usually go.
Really? I feel like 14, I face a lot of 14 pull all the time.
Yeah, I think just lately we've seen that 14 is slightly better. But in the past, everyone used to go 15 pool.
You know, there is some Zergs, like I think Lodi and some others, they always go for 13 pull. Because they don't want to be pylon blocked, they want to get the Zerglings earlier. Oh, and we have the third hatch here, second hatch I mean, at the third base. That's going to go down for VortiX. Oz went for the Forge first, followed by Nexus. Here is already at 18 probes. I think he's going to follow this up with maybe a gate and then a cannon. Actually no, he's thrown down second pylon first. But still he's waiting. Oh, I guess since he went for the pylon block and he let it finish, he has time enough to make a gate here, and pretty cool wall he has done. You see, if he had put the pylon between the destructible debris and the forge, his buildings would have been one more case to the left, and then this would have been a perfect wall. But since he's put the pylon here, his buildings are like one more case to the right, and then there is a space between the ramp and the gate where units can go through basically.
Protoss player is always obsessing about your wall offs.
Yeah, it's very important, man.
I guess. I mean, unless there's someone who's cheesing you, it doesn't matter, does it?
I mean, it's not about early game cheese. It's like late game, you need to be Zergling proof all the time, otherwise one run by might end the game. So this is extremely important and a huge part of Protoss gameplay, to be able to wall off on every maps nicely, especially according to what you want to do. But a lot of the time you don't want a perfect wall, and on this map that means having to do a tricky wall like this, because usually if you do like on the other maps, one pylon and one forge and one gate, like I said, you're already walled in, and that's pretty annoying.
That's true. Why don't more Protoss just completely wall off the natural like later in the game?
Yeah, they do, I think. When they take a third, if there is an entrance between the natural and the third with like destructible rocks or debris, they just take it out and completely wall off their natural. At least I do. But maybe some Protoss like to play like hardcore modes.
Yeah.
They just want to be able to warp when they're not there on time. They like to live on the edge.
Yeah.
Just like the Zergs who make 70 drones and 0 spines and then they make a spire.
It's just a bit of a gamble, but I think it's a good way to play.
Alright. We have Warp Gate being chrono boosted here again. It looks like Oz might go for another one of those aggressions. He's gonna throw down a couple gates here at least. I think at least he's gonna go up to 6, and yeah, 6 it looks like right now.
Yeah.
And he sneaked a probe out on the map. He's trying to deny the vision from those Zerglings here with the Zealot. He took the watchtower for some time, and now he's gonna try to sneak in, but VortiX, he realizes that. That's so smart. He pulled back his Zerglings here for some time, but he did lose some of the other Zerglings at the watchtower, and he's going to pull back his Zerglings here. He has the other pass almost entirely covered, with the one Zergling actually taking control of the watchtower. And yeah,
You can actually afford link speed this time too because of the gas, and I think that's actually a huge deal. Because all he has to do now is make 5 or 6 roaches, and then stall until he gets link speed, and he can hold it off, I think.
And the Overlord is going to fly in his main, and it should be able to see everything. The probe is being chased by the Zerglings here. I don't think it should try to throw it on the pylon, since all the Zerglings are next to it anyway. We have a pylon over there on the middle left, which is going to warp a couple Stalkers, but I mean, this pylon is just so far that I just don't see it doing anything here. If I was VortiX here, I would only make Zerglings and try to get a surround on those units and basically end this aggression. It looks pretty good right now on the map choice of VortiX for him. He has some quick threat going as well. Another pylon, it looks like he's gonna go down, but the probe is so far away. And Oz is really hesitating here. He does not want to commit to the third and get flanked from behind with Zerglings and Roaches. We have VortiX making only units right now. He's up to 40 army supply to the 26 of Oz. He's gonna engage with a couple of Zerglings and those Roaches. Link speed has not finished just yet, so he's not gonna be able to do too well. He's losing a couple units, killing nothing, damaging 2 Stalkers here. He's gonna pull back inside of this third base, and Oz is going to be able to pick off some overlords. Maybe those Roaches are going to have to say something about this. They're going to move in on those units, and nicely done here. The Zerglings getting on the Stalkers immediately, but every time VortiX, he does not want to overcommit to this fight, get in a bad position, because Oz's micro and positioning is too good. So both players, they just keep engaging, pulling back, engaging, pulling back again. And who do you think is getting the better end of this?
I think VortiX is kind of.
Just kind of?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's actually kind of owning this. But
actually, yeah, with the rewarp here, VortiX, he has to pull back every time. But right now, he's not choosing to pull back. He's trying to micro some of his Roaches. But yeah, there is just too much here for Oz. And Oz is just standing there. Is he going to GG? Yeah, he's going to just GG now.
Yeah. The question for you, though, why do you think Todd is... Or, not Todd. Why do you think Oz is going for only 6 gate instead of 7 or 8 gate with his all-in?
Well, it worked twice. You don't change a winning strategy.